Assalamualaikum and good evening. My name is FarisAkmal bin Hasbullah. My matrix number is E23B2649. We'll be conducting my mini project presentation. And welcome. My research title will be dried chili used as pesticide. So, in introduction, a background, the what called dry red chilies contain a compound called capsaicin, which not only gives dry red chilies their signature spicy flavor, but also helps in giving a boost to the metabolism. Now, in this case, in what I can present about the using capsaicin as the metabological in using it as pesticide is due to its high deterrent and repellent for many insects and mammals, making them avoid or even be killed by the plants treated with chili extracts. Now, the problem statement in this experiment is most using chemicals as pesticides are usually for pest controls, and it has a negative consequences for human health and the environment. Can always see from the most sometimes in health management center how we always must wash our vegetables or fruits and so on and so forth due to the chemicals of the pesticide itself. Thus, the concept of me using this experiment as using the chili peppers extract is amongst organic, and it's a bioorganic matter in deterring the pests and insects. Now, the objectives I'm going to use in this it will be biopesticides. Offers several benefits compared to traditional synthetic pesticides. It can be more sustainable, less harmful to non-target organisms and environment, and can even benefit soil health and biodiversity. I will put two of them. Number one is reduce harm to non-target organisms. I've seen my example would be I've seen my mother using it as the pesticide. Most insects that I've seen, it will be take along around 3 days to 4 days for quite some times, if not rain. And the number two is improve soil health and biodiversity. Yes, indeed, it is using concept of organic farming practices including the use of biopesticides, will contribute more healthier soil structure because of the most insects that are like destroying the architecture of the soil and the plant itself as the biodiversity itself. So in my scope of study will be the reason what makes it I use this method as the among my research and experiment is because not many people have done this research itself. I've seen so far not many farmers or any other people using it as the contributor, the alternatives of using dried chilies as pesticide. Now, the significance of study is my way to instigate its effectiveness is what I believe the dried chilies are effective due to presence of using dried chilies to repel like rice bugs, and it worked. I've seen it. How sometimes my mother is just using it just to put inside the rice beans, and they usually just gone, and sometimes they do not appear in the rice itself. So it is quite an obvious that it is a hidden gem in this kind of method. So to the next one is literature reviews. As far as I know, a scholarship from Taylor University of let's say Ed Fides, uh, professor, it might be wrong, but a professor named Gabriel Connor Salter has written and reviewed this about these composites of using dried chili extract as pesticide. So despite the inhabitants that most people do not knowledge or the progress of understand of the mutual and the benefits of pesticides, or as I should call it, a organic pesticide, is the context behind this idea is how it actually are seen as to be food consumption, but instead can use it as the farming organic method use. By all means, sometimes from air, land to sea, these are mostly through management of what we call eco-friendly and natural use of biopesticides that can less harm onto humans, animals, and plants itself. So, to the next one is methodology. Okay, so the we must first understand the capsaicin, the compound that makes chili peppers hot, and is mostly active ingredient in some pesticide, primarily as an insect repellent, in some cases as a direct pesticide. So, in for us to manage and knowing how much of the compound of using the dried chili peppers is, we can see here, various region ranges from 0.1 to 1% of the food weight. That's around 15 to 20, or sometimes could be 25 of worth of dried chili peppers. And these are conventional drying methods may result in higher capsaicin levels compared to solar drying. Like we have seen today, how mostly they will put on the sun and dry. So there's a it's not big difference, but it has a significant difference on making the capsaicin has high percentage. So my first step is to prepare a worth of around 20 to 50 grams, and so on, as just mentioned it. To extract more eclipse of the dried chilies is more than enough to make it be repellent and be more effective. It will not going to destroy the plant itself, but it will help the plant itself to um, maintain its natural habitats of it. So next step is crush or grind chili flakes until it's fine or flakes. After fine, then we will submerge into the water or container with the normal temperature water. Prepare a clean bottle or container. 200 milliliters is already enough for to able we have the effectiveness of the capsaicin. Then finally, we will use that soaked chili flakes for around 4 to 5 hours, then it is ready to go to be used. And my method number two is more simple, but sometimes it can be quite has that significant change of the time to time. So it must be, that's where I just say 20 to 50 grams is enough. Instead of crush, just going to let it as it is. Prepare a clean bottle, just like the first method too. Then I'm going to sink it and dunk it for a worth of 6 to 7 until it reaches murky color. It will eventually create this murky color. Then once the murky starts to appear, that is ready to use for basic plants and farms usage. So for my research flow chart, so as we have seen before, the definition, what we are trying to understand if the usefulness of dried chilies was not known widely by people and farmers. The objective is make possible as great effectiveness as we can solution of alternatives for the scope of study make known to this society and simplicity, and it's a cheap method too. Significance of study is to make these positive impacts to plants and others insect point. My methodology, just like the previous one, for the data collection, an overall test for effectiveness of the scene of the product, then the literature review, which I've concerned about the name of Gabriel Consultor. Lastly, his research budget is not more than 50 ringgit as for per se of that I tried to make. So for the gun chart, I've done as to way of discovery the research through augmentation as conducted through this experiment. I've done is to until 3 days of what called a worth of the effectiveness of the capsaicin. Test, test number one is reached to 3 days of effectiveness. Test two managed to accumulate for 2 days. Test three worth of 1 day due to rain for quite some times. We can already see test number five and test number four is where sometimes yes that range of effectiveness depend on the power of the level of the capsaicin itself. For the research budget as conduct is not more than few ringgits actually, and that includes around 20 to 40 for just dried chili extract. It includes just it's just worth to just go somewhere, just find a convenience store and find itself. It's mostly just cheap. Don't need to make it hard and simple. This is how I can usually admire the Gabriel Salter as I've been the creator I've seen before for now. So thank you for watching and